It's time to redo my 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra terrarium that I've just recently spray foamed. A lot. I plan on just using this right now for like a growing terrarium that holds a high humidity environment. Lots of moss. So I say let's just get down to carving. Just gotta quickly tape up the blade, you know, so I don't stab myself. I have a rough outline right now of how I want this terrarium to look out. I have my first planter right here, my second planter right here, and my planned third planter right up here. The coconut stays. How long you been with her? Let's finish her up. How could I do this better? And her up again. See what it looks like from this angle. More trimming. Yeah, should I not do that? Maybe. Maybe. You get a nice POV of me fucking absolutely banging the tank. Okay. Almost there. So yeah, that's how you watch me carve a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra terrarium. You saw my back half the time, I don't know. Jokes aside, I feel like I have a pretty nice design going for me. Planter number 1, micro planter number 2, planter number 3, planter number 4, and a little coconut cave in there. That was a pretty nice run. I got my butthole down packed, so I think it's time to hit it with some silicone. I suppose this is how we're gonna do it. You're just not gonna see me do it fully. I'm using 100% silicone. Usually I only need one of these tubes for the 18 by 18 by 24s, but I did put a lot of more cracks and crevices in this one, so I'm not sure if I'm probably gonna use the fucking whole tube. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, it smells nice and toxic from up close. Okie dokie, artichoke. I have me a freshly silicone backdrop now. It's time to hit it with that peat moss. Push it down. You know, you should really use a mask when you're using this shit, because if you go and blow your nose after, your schnout is always brown. But ain't nobody got time for that. I'd say she is just about done. Just gotta wait now. Another day or so for it to dry. Like, I feel like there's a rough idea of what's going on here. We got 1 planter, 2 planter, 3 planter, coconut planter, and the base at the bottom. Eventually, I'm just gonna throw cellophane right on top so then it could trap in all that humidity and be the perfect environment for moss and other species of fauna. Day number 2 here. Day number 4 on my end. I finished the backdrop. The peat moss and the silicone have fully adhered. It's fully dried. I trimmed down the sides of the glass already. We're good to go with the substrate and potting and finishing her up. This is going to be a high humidity bioactive terrarium, so I'm going to be using nice plants that, you know, are meant for this terrarium. You're not going to want to put something like a fucking cacti up in here. Although you could, but it's going to die. The first ingredient for our cake mix is some nice river rocks. I'm gonna hit it next with some Exoterra Bioactive Volcanic Substrate. This shit is the best. I've got my drainage layer down packed, and I have my lava rock mixture up in here and the 2 other planters. It's time to hit it with some substrate. As you can see in the dark hole of mystery, I have a mixture of earth soil, cypress mulch, sand, sphagnum peat moss, charcoal, some of the volcanic substrate, lots of stuff. Oh, isopods and springtails. I have a culture from another tank that I put into this tank, so and it's gonna be ready to go. Could provide lots of nutrients. My mix is pretty beautiful, to be honest. Now that I have my substrate in, I'm just gonna give it a light mist, just so then all the plants could grab and have a really good chance of growing into their full potential. Just gonna give the soil a nice little toss around. Oh, stab the foam a couple times, you know. This is probably the easiest and the hardest part of building your bioactive terrarium. It's planting it. I have several types of greens. Just because of the fact I harvested this moss from a bunch of rocks, I'm gonna put some rocks around it. Hope it grows even better. Basically what I'm gonna do right here is make a moss BLT. Rocks, moss, rocks, moss. And that is how you set up a high humidity bioactive terrarium in a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra. I think she came out pretty good. We'll see what it'll house. I threw the moss in areas where it would be covered by the shade. And then I threw the Saddam Hussein plant right in front. I threw those bright green plants right at the top where they would be in direct contact with sunlight, as well as those succulent looking plants. I threw them on the edges at all of the planting bays, and a nice blotch down at the bottom right beside an umbrella tree that I had propagating in a cup of water. The pink clipping, I'm hoping it grabs. I doubt that it will, just because the node barely even had a root on it, but I'll take my chances. And then I have the moss in the coconut, in the second middle planter, and in the middle left planter where it's all covered from sunlight. That way it doesn't get sun bleached, it could hold its high humidity, and hopefully grow in nicely. I threw pebbles everywhere just for some decoration, just so it didn't look too empty. I'm gonna throw the cellophane on top now and give her a nice spray down and see what she looks like.